Welcome one and all. Love Them Knives channel. LTK here. CJRB in the house. Artisan cutlery budget line of knives. This one is the 1912. 1912 in D2, made in China, liner lock. There's the lockup. That's 40% if it's a dime's worth. Liners embedded in here, but they're stone washed and easy pass through. And the blade just drops away. It is not a flipper. It comes in different colors. It's contoured G10. It's deep carry pocket clip, right hand or left hand, as most all of the CJRB knives are. Budget line. I bought them in the $30-some range, so check it out online. Go to White Mountain Knives, by the way. Check them out. Use LTK discount code for 10% off, by the way, so that helps as well. This has got, ambidextrous thumb studs, so finger flick, thumb flick, either way is fine. It's not a flipper, so you've got contact. Yes, you do. You got contact. I like this blade design. Yeah, I thought this was a Mallory thing. I kept looking, and then later on Instagram, I saw somebody asked that question, and they answered. Dylan actually came in. Dylan Mallory says, no, this is not mine. But it does look a lot like the Centros that he did, and he's done others for Artisan Cutlery as well. So, yeah. Interesting. But these ones that I got from, let me see if I can throw it around and cut myself, from Russell, these are 4 knives that I have currently on hand that I'll be passing along to other reviewers. This is the Feldspar, okay? Feldspar, the 1912. This is the Agave. It's the 1911. This is the Rampart. This one is the 1907. And this one is the 1906. It's the Gobi. This is the lightest of them all. 3.6 some ounces. Then they go up to a maximum of like 4.1 ounces. This might be the 4.1 ouncer, but yeah, we'll get into that. And all of them have the same width of blade stock, 0.125, eighth of an inch, 3.2 millimeters. All of them are around a ½ inch thick, 13.2 millimeters, but we'll get into that. All of them so far that I've disassembled have ceramic bearings in them as well. Some have embedded liners in them. Some do not. Some are contoured. Some are not. Some are more aggressive on the G10. Some are not. Okay? So, interesting, different colors and stuff that you can get with these. And it looks like, I can't remember, I think maybe this one they were going to do in copper. So check that out online as well. But I really like this one. And it's quick over the detamp ball, has good action. It's centered, and I'm not getting any blade play or lock rock out of it. Let's throw the tape on it, and then we'll go to the scale to confirm. But here we go, 3.5 inch, 90 millimeters overall. 8 inches, and they are all between 8 and 8.25 inches long. This one's closer to 8, which is about 20.5 centimeters. And like I said before, you're going to see about 3.2 millimeter blade stock at 0.125, eighth of an inch thick, and this is going to be ½ inch. 0.53, close, 13.6 millimeters. There you go. Throw the scale out here. And let's hook it up. Meanwhile, let's look at blade to length of handle ratio. Not bad. Not bad there. And the design? Oh yeah, the design flows. It flows great. You know, you're not seeing the back of the blade here. It goes into the bolster and this rolls around. Fit and finish is pretty good. I'm not catching any sharp corners or anything. You know, this is cut away here. You can kind of feel that, but that's to slam your pocket clip in if you want to go lefty with it. 4.13, so this is the heaviest of the group. 4.13 ounces. Good God, how can you carry that? 117 grams. We can do it. D2 steel. And have you hit your D2 limit? I got lots of D2 around here. One thing for sure, like I said, LTK strop, but really easy to maintain that edge on there with this kind of a workable steel. And if you had 14C28N or 12C27 or AUS8 or N690, those would all be very workable as well. So there are some options out there. It'd be kind of nice to see them offered on future knives. But it looks like a pretty good edge laid on there. Let's see if we can lay it on here. Okay. And this is the last of the 4 that I've checked sharpness on, and they're all about equally sharp out of the box. Pretty decent. Pretty decent. Box, pretty, you know, just standard stuff here. Nothing fancy. A little plastic sleeve. And you put the knife in, but hey, we're not going for high class. We're going for quality, value, and dollar, trying to balance all those things. The plunge grind on here looks pretty symmetrical. You got this little choil area for going forward. The ergos on this knife are excellent. And yes, as all the deep carry clips I've encountered say hello, yeah, you can feel it. You can feel it. Now, is it going to become bothersome? Depends on how sensitive your hand is and if you're working with a glove and how long your cutting tasks are and that kind of thing. So it is what it is. But right or left hand, nice, contoured. Here, great, no individual little humps where your fingers have to fit. Your fingers can go where they want to go. You can go up front here. This is really comfortable. Reverse grip is comfortable as well. Got my finger right on the pommel of there. So, and pass through, easy breezy. And the blade just rolls around and it'll cut your thumb off. And no. You know, so I just release it like this, and there it goes. Now, got to respect that blade, right? Because it is sharp. I told you that. But yes, nice action. Good fidget factor because it gets over the detemp ball quick like that. So, yeah, good looking knife, huh? Wow. Yeah, a lot of the ones I've bought, they were in the $30-some range. So that's pretty good value. And I haven't had any blade play lock rock. It's centered. It locks up pretty solid here, you know. So that's pretty respectable. I mean, that's coming up on a 50% lock up there. So really good that in that regard. And we will disassemble it. Take a look inside to confirm. But the other ones that I've disassembled are D-shaped one-piece pivot with a pivot screw on the other side. So that's nice. And of course, one of the liners has got a D-shaped cutout in it to stabilize this. So that's great. Even though you do get access both sides with a number 8 Torx, the rest of your hardware is button top type screws, which are kind of just standard-ish. And that's fine on a knife like this. The deep carry clip, I'm always concerned about the clearance a little bit between the tops of the screws on the inside here, because it's not like, you know, on my Shaman, hey, it doesn't matter, right? Because my pocket's not going over them. It's going in here. But when you have a deep carry, then all of a sudden the lip of your pocket encounters these two guys, Heckle and Jekyll. And you know what? It'd be nice if they were flathead and they came flush with that pocket clip. Give you more clearance. Because when I measured, and I'm not going to do it on camera, but this was like 90 thousandths here. So this is a little bit more clearance. It's tolerable here. This is more like 70 thousandths of an inch. That's a difference. Even though I'm sure they're using the same pocket clips, there's just a differing amount of clearance in there. So, yeah, so that last little push into your pocket may be a little bit more, and then when it's coming out over the seam, may be a little bit different too. So it'd be nice if they did that. It'd be nice if they offered some true stainless options on the steel, because I think we've hit our D2 max out point, or at least a lot of people have. D2 has been varying success in actual cutting performance, because it's got varying levels of vanadium in it, and D2 can be a little finicky when doing it for cutlery, when doing the heat treat. So some performs reasonably decent, some not so much. But it's all sharpenable. So to me, when it starts getting dull, I just maintain it. I mean, I'll hit it. So yeah, I can keep an edge, and then I don't have to go to a full sharpening as often. But regardless, it's not so much that, and it is to a degree, but also people who live in moist, humid climates, and you'll notice on the edge of certain knives I have that are D2 that I'm starting to get a little pitting on the edge. Or maybe somewhere in the blade, I'll get a little spot that I'll have to rub out with some flitz or something. So, yeah, a little bit more chromium in there never hurt. There's my balance point on it. The design flows, easy pass through, over the detamp ball, quick. Fit and finish is pretty darn good. Blade to handle length is adequate. It's good. Sharp out of the box. Left hand capable. Good ergos. Yeah. And a good, strong lockup. Tell me where I'm wrong about this. This is a good little piece right here. I like this. And it comes in different colors, but I'll tell you what, I'm not going to fault this color right here. If I had to pick, I think this would be the one I'd choose, regardless. Or you could always, and I think this is a choice. I think the natural G10 is a choice on a lot of the models. So that's not bad, because you can dye that pretty easy. If you've ever tried to dye scales, that dye is pretty good. This doesn't have a backspacer, which would be kind of nice. I mean, like the Gobi does. And I really like that, okay? And then it matches with the pivot surround. This, if it had a little gold, like aluminum anodized backspacer here, I'd like it better. I'd like it better. And I'd like it if it passed through the actual aluminum spacer so it was tubed all the way through. I'd like that better too. So, yeah, screws, flatten them out. Change the blade steel or offer us something more stainless, and put a backspacer on there, tube the thing through there. But, you know, hey, wish upon a star. You never know. But for what it is, comfortable, good looking, very carryable, fairly light at 4.1 ounces. You know, it's hard to bitch. Well, let's disassemble this puppy and see which side is the D-shaped pivot and which side is the screw. And as we put pressure, this is the screw side. So it's the presentation side. And there it goes with the pivot surround. Onto the table. Number 6, please. Okay. So we got a little body screws here that we need to extricate. And we are doing successfully. There goes one. Oh, there's our other one. Of course, they're doing that because that goes through to that standoff. So that's why they left a single screw in there and didn't just leave it blank. And bye-bye. There you go with that. Okay, now, everything's falling out from the back side. There goes the pivot. There goes the blade stop. There's the surround. And the pivot is a one-piece D shape. Okay, so this whole thing is just going to fall apart in my hands, which is a good thing. G10 scale, yes, it's milled away for the liner that embeds in it. Here's the liner. And there you go, stone washed, so it's not edgy or weird or anything. And here we go with the ceramic bearings, and one of them fell out on the table when it all kicked apart. And here's the other little ring, and that's on the table now, and it looks pretty clean. Looks pretty darn clean. There's your detent hole and track. And there's the two remaining standoffs because we didn't undo these screws or the pocket clip, which is fine. Ceramic detent ball on our lock bar that is steel. Okay, so we got our pieces parts laid out here. There we go. And so do I just hit reverse on my camera and this thing comes back together? Is that how you guys do it? You just put your camera down, set it up, tape yourself disassembling, and you hit reverse and it all goes back together? Or I think we're just going to have to do this manually. Oh my God. I have taken my medication today. All right. Damn it. I gotta work for a living here. Okay, let's put our D-shaped pivot with our little pivot surround. Always remember the pivot surround. Have you ever reassembled a knife and go, oh crap, I forgot the pivot surround? I have several times. And we have a little D-shaped area where it goes through on the liner. Let's put our stop in here while it's wide ass open. Come on, I still can't put the stop in this damn thing. Come on. How do you miss that? Okay, I take my finger away from the back of this, it's all going to fall back through, so to hell with that. Bearings. Damn it. Give me some Earl. 2 drops of Earl on here. Can't even see it coming out. It's good enough. Who gives a shit? Okay, so here we go. Flip it around. Make a damn mess of it. Put some more bearings in there. Put some 90 weight transaxle lube on there. That'll slow that sucker down. What else can we do to screw this up? Okay, so there's where I stop and all that comes together. Oh yeah, we never did pull this apart. So yeah, there we go. As we squeeze our lock bar down into position, yeah, I could have put the liner on separately, but I just kept them together, popped it on. To hell with it. Surround. The surround. I like to forget the surround for some reason, especially when it's on the back side and I'm not looking at it. Get on there. Okay. Now that we got that hossed into place, let's throw this body screw in here. And then we got that one screw that they put in here because it's going through that that standoff. So let's put it back where it done come from. Come on, craziness. Right like that. And we're good. And let's double check this, and we're good. And are we centered? Pretty close. Let's check ourselves out here. That seems pretty good. That seems pretty centered too. Let me play with this centering, or with this tension on here a little bit. As we migrate out, it's not centered, and I think we're there. I think we're centered. Okay. That'll work. Amen, brother. Drop that. Right on my thumbnail. Drop that sucker. Yeah, good action though. I like it. And you could help it over like that, or finger flick it open. That's some good stuff. I like that Feldspar. That's one of my favorite designs that Civivi has done so far. It's just a handsome looking knife. Yeah, I like it. And then, of course, the Rampart. What the hell is a Rampart? And then the agave. I think there's a desert plant like that. And then the goby. There's a desert like that. Goby. Ah, yes. What a lineup of knives. So there we go. The Feldspar, 1912. Yes. And the whole cadre of knives. Hey, take a look at CJRB at your favorite retailer. I use White Mountain Knives because I can get 10% off with my LTK discount code. Or look on the Artisan Cutlery site. They have CJRB knives on there. There are other models that are recently released that are not sitting here. So check it out. Some really interesting stuff at a great price. They seem to be solid. I'm not having any problems with the hardware or anything. Varying degrees, of course, of lust for design here. These are my two favorites. They hit me with 50%, right? And there's a couple others I really like that have just come out as well. So we'll try to get those in due time. Take care, my friends. We love them knives. So you guys, stay sharp.